Alrighty. Ready, Jason?
Yeah, ready.
Alright. Let me pull this up. And we are live.
Let's go.
So,
Today has been a crazy day. Oh man. anybody who uses like Microsoft, or anybody who had a flight, or somebody like me who was trying to transfer money from one bank to the next, was just RIP'd and couldn't do nothing.
didn't do nothing. That's
No.
a good way to put it.
Literally, just like straight, like it was like pandemonium. Like everybody, I was like, what is going on? Well, I woke up and like I said, we had a wire transfer some money from the bank, and couldn't do it. They're like, yeah, we would love to do that for you, but can't do it right now. I was like, why? I didn't even see the news yet. I didn't even look at Twitter or nothing yet. And I was like, why? And they're like, you didn't know that the whole system's down pretty much. So obviously that just like way to start my morning. And then obviously like people were talking about how they couldn't, fly, or the flights were canceled, or they were obviously on a layover until they can get things fixed. And there's still chaos going on, especially around Microsoft and Azure. I know people that couldn't get on their Microsoft Teams. Like it was a crazy day already, for sure, especially this morning.
Yeah, it's been crazy. So if you're just joining us, welcome. This is the Stonks live stream. And today we are covering Bitcoin. And so the game is quite simple. You go to stonks.com. You put in your prediction for where Bitcoin will finish at 1:30 p.m. Pacific time, so 4:30 Eastern. Entries close half an hour before that, and whoever comes closest wins share of the price. So we're giving away $300 today. Next week, the price pools are going up because it's a banger of our earnings week. We've got Tesla on Tuesday. We've got Logitech we'll cover on Monday.
Yep.
So yeah, it's going to be fun. So if you're just tuning in and you're like, what is this? Why are they live? What's going on? Welcome. Keep calm.
Welcome indeed.
And go to Stonks and put in your bid. It's completely free. It takes 2 seconds, and you could win $300. So, and for people who we've got a whole bunch of regulars now in chat, I see. So
yeah,
welcome to all the regulars. And if you want to win more entries, because you get 1 entry per day by default, but you can do some actions like enable notifications, share your link, and that's going to get you tens of free entries. So
yeah,
take your link, share it, and let's go.
Yeah, for sure. Make sure you guys spread it far and wide. That way you get lots of predictions, and also make sure to hit your daily login goals as well. So every day that you're logging in, you get your daily rewards. So that's another way. Make sure you guys are claiming those each day.
Yeah, we also have we're doing this as a beta test because we're building a live streaming platform here, and so this is basically just a way for us to like test features on production and give out money. So you're just here and you can just win a bunch of free money for us for helping us test our platform. But if you notice, there's some changes from yesterday. So the video player now has controls. So Brendan, shout out to Brendan who did that yesterday. You can change the size. There's how long you've been live. You can finally mute and adjust the volume. So yeah, making progress. We have a new video
super
player.
Clean. Yeah, the new UI for that looks so clean though. The new user face, like
There's a picture-in-picture mode too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can adjust the quality as well now.
Awesome.
Yeah,
well, let's go. It looks great though. Definitely looks great. Obviously, if there's again, we're in the beta mode, so if anybody notices anything, hey, let us know.
Hey, Ali.
Hello.
Hey.
I was gonna say, we have a couple of crypto degens on the team, William and Eddie, maybe Oliver too. Why don't we get one of them up?
Yeah, so they want to join. Let's get it.
Eddie is in LAX because his flight has been delayed because of the global shit show
True.
that's going on. But yeah, let's get who. Let me paste the link in chat and see whoever wants to
Yeah,
come.
whoever
in.
wants to join.
See if
come on in.
yeah. Let's see if
All right, whoever from our team, here's the link in chat. Feel free to join and tell us why and how you lost your life savings in crypto.
Oh man, they have to have at least a couple. I mean, there's no way. I feel like a lot of people, probably lost money with good old Dogecoin. So you got to have one of those somewhere. Somebody's lost some money from it. We need Eddie for the. Yeah, too bad he's stuck.
Yeah, Eddie would be perfect, but he's unfortunately stuck at LAX today. Because if you don't know and you've been under a rock, the world came to a grinding halt today in the morning because Crowdstrike fat-fingered Microsoft. That should be like on a T-shirt somewhere. Crowdstrike fat fingers Microsoft.
Yeah.
Who is actually to blame? So what actually, what happened?
So CrowdStrike pushed an update that basically broke all Windows systems worldwide.
Yeah.
And guess what? Most of our infrastructure runs on Windows and not on Mac. And so everything came to a grinding halt, from hospitals to airlines to banks to the stock exchange to everything. Yeah. And then they fixed, they issued a patch and you just had to restart and then it was fine. But just given some of these systems are very, very old and like nobody really knows how they work, some are still down.
Yeah. I know, like I said, I think Microsoft Teams is still having issues. Some of the Azure stuff is still having a little bit of issues as well. So whatever they, whoever hit the update button, it's not a great day for them. I can only imagine, like, you're the one who actually was like, okay, you certify this as a great update. I can only imagine the shit they're getting.
Yeah, so to give you an example, let me share my screen here on how bad the situation is, and still going.
Yeah, the flight. Did you see that? Did you see the flight thing where it shows all the flights?
Yeah. And then so here's CNN milking it, because any disaster they milk it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So flights are down. Canadian Border Services Agency.
Jesus.
British Columbia Health System. Hospital
9/11
records.
services.
Jails are down in Southern California.
I can't go to my jail cell. Come on, man.
They're calling this the largest IT outage in history.
I mean, it's worldwide, so I believe it.
So CrowdStrike is a cybersecurity company.
Unfortunately, one of my companies I own, and they're down 10%. So it's been a joyful week.
It's been so bad for us.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Why did so wait, is CrowdStrike responsible for like pushing out operating system updates? Like, do IT departments use them to like control, or does Windows just auto update?
I'm guessing this was something more on the DNS layer or like some because there's no way every system updated this quickly. So I'm guessing they updated some DNS setting or some like firewall setting that Microsoft Cloud was using, and all these systems could not authenticate. That's my guess.
So the solution at the time was to like reboot your computer and manually and go into safe mode and then delete a specific file that was on there, and then you could restart your computer normally. But if you didn't know how to do that, or if you're not tech savvy at all, then you couldn't do it anyway, right? So, and you also had to find that specific file as well to even get your computer back up and going. So it's just like, pandemonium at that point. Because getting people to even reboot the computer and go into safe mode sometimes is like, they're like, what is that? What is safe mode? Then get them to go into like get a file and delete that certain file for your computer to work right. Yeah, good luck on that one. But that was before patch though. But still though, I'm pretty sure it was an automatic thing that happened in the back end.
Yeah. So, something like this happens once every year, I feel like, and like it's just like a stark reminder on how interconnected everyone is at this point. where if like one domino in the chain falls, like it's just because you see this with AWS once a year, right? Like something happens and like half of the services online go down because like some AWS data center went down.
Yep. 100%. That's just, it is crazy though. But I mean, Crowdstrike has been like, trending down for a second here, but like, man, that kind of like, it hurt though when you seen it like drop like it did today. It's down 11% right now. So
Mm-hmm.
I might use that as the headline for the newsletter. That's a good one. CrowdStrike, fat fingers, Microsoft.
And the global economy.
I mean, literally, yeah, exactly. Like, how much money, like, just airlines alone, because they're already, money losers. Like, how much more money did you make them lose?
Dude, there's a wild stat. There's a wild stat I saw. There were apparently. Can you guys take a guess on how many flights were scheduled today globally?
Oh man, I don't even know. Shoot.
Flights today globally. Does anyone in chat want to take a guess? Just one day today. Flight starting today. Shout out to Crypto Miner, Wikimoo in chat. Welcome back.
Yeah,
Amelie and Guilam. I don't know if I'm butchering the name.
Yeah, I'm gonna say like 45,000. I'm gonna say like 40,000 or something like that. I mean, it has to be a lot.
Okay, Murthy.
6,000.
6,000? I thought there'd be way
this
more
is
than that.
Wikimoo's William. Okay. Get the predictions in. Amelie, Guilam.
You guys get your predictions in.
Murthy said, did you say 6,000? Sorry.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm like way over.
Anyone else on chat want to take a guess? If you get within 10%, you'll get a free ticket. Pop quiz. You'll get an extra ticket.
Worldwide flights, correct?
Worldwide flights scheduled today.
Okay, that's the reason why I went so high. Because I mean, I don't know. I'm still going with 40,000.
Yeah, I like yours better, Jason. I'll go with 41.
I feel like there has to be like 6,000 in America alone, right? Oh, come on.
I'm gonna snipe your entry.
Man, that's messed up, guys. Hey, it has to be a lot. That's all I know.
Okay. 100. Okay, Crypto Miner says 42.
Oh, he's sniping both of us.
They're just
69.
This is just me, mate.
Yeah.
42.69. Yeah, there we go.
420.69. I mean, hey.
That number and that reaction emote from Wikimoo, perfect.
Yep.
These guys know.
Yep.
Perfect. On point. You could be cultural ambassadors for stocks.
Exactly.
I'm
gonna guess none of us are even close, but
nope. You are in order of magnitude.
That high? Is that me?
Well, okay, not an order of magnitude, but like 2 to 3x lower. So there's 110,000 flights today.
Wow.
Okay. Well, hey, and I thought my 40 number was going to be like,
nope. Which is kind of insane, right? Like, I mean, that means there's got to be at least 50,000 planes operational in the air around the world, and each plane is like, $200 million, $300 million, and like giant, and like somebody had to build it.
Yeah, no, for sure. Hopefully, it wasn't Boeing. Man,
yeah,
old Boeing.
Yeah, if Boeing keeps going, I don't know how many will stay in the air, but
yeah, I don't know either. Kind of scares me. Anytime I like, have to get on a plane, I'm like, is this a Boeing? Oh, please, God.
Wow.
110,000 today.
Man, that's just a lot. That's a whole lot of planes.
Now, not everything is affected, obviously, right? But
yeah,
that's a crazy number globally. CrowdStrike's customers are probably much more North America centered, is my guess. because
Mhm.
it's an American company
Yeah.
and started here. So my guess is like it's affected people here a
Oh,
lot
I mean,
more
look
than
at this, Latin
yeah.
In
America.
Latin America too. Yeah, I see it. Airlines, Viva Aerobus. Yeah. Everybody's affected. Doesn't matter where you're at in the world.
Okay, we all want to know who was the developer at Crowdstrike that pushed this
Literally.
change.
That's all I
We're
know.
just dying to know.
Somebody's gonna come out and like leak it at least, right? Like eventually,
Yep.
like it might not be today, but it might be tomorrow. I don't know. Eventually, somebody's gonna out the guy. He's gonna get a lot of shit. That's all I know. Oh my goodness, I can only imagine everybody that give him heck. The memes. I mean, there's already a ton of memes, obviously, but his face will be everywhere with memes.
Okay, this is funny. Universities canceling classes.
Oh my goodness.
That's
All right,
silly.
guys.
That's
Sounds
silly.
like-
I mean, just read a book. Why do you need to cancel class?
This isn't the Reading Rainbow, okay? This is the university. Small classes, man. That's wild, though. I could imagine that too. Like, it's like, assures down. You guys don't come to class today.
It's probably such a good day for Cloudflare or anyone who competes with CrowdStrike.
You would
Yeah.
figure, but I'm also wondering if they just had, like, if they got bled off too, though. Sympathy pain, right? Like,
I mean, if you look at the history of these outages, they never affect stock price on the long term, right? It's like a
Yeah.
1 week dip and then they're up. It's not gonna. Nobody's canceling their contract with CrowdStrike. They'll give them a few free months of something, and everyone will go back to what it was tomorrow.
No, well, yeah, that's obviously true, 100%. Like I said, this is a short-term thing. I'm sure, in the next for too long anyway, we'll see the stock price, go back up too. I'm sure some people are already buying some options for that to wait, or they might wait till Monday to see what happens. But yeah,
Murthy, I'm gonna remove your thing and just gonna share screen really quickly.
Sure, go ahead.
noise.
These are some competitors, CrowdStrike competitors, if you're looking for ideas.
I just feel like there have to be like, I
gonna
don't know,
zoom
to me,
in.
I feel like sympathy pain is going to happen. They're just going to get bothered. But maybe
got
not.
Broadcom, Symantec, SentinelOne, McAfee.
I think Palo Alto Networks is their big competitor that they're getting market
one,
share.
Yeah, that's the one I hear about the most outside of them.
Okay. Oh, good. Look at this. Didn't even have to ask.
It's like, well, how does Palo Alto? Oh.
Yeah, guys, if you're new here, please go to stonks.com and put in your prediction for where Bitcoin will end in soon, in 12 minutes.
Yeah, 12 minutes. 12 minutes to put
12
your
minutes to enter.
Yep. Like I said, if you guys want multiple entries, all you got to do is share the link. Make sure you guys hit your daily rewards because that gives you an extra ticket today as well if you haven't already claimed it. There's multiple things you guys can do. Obviously, follow us on YouTube, or AK subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter, not X. Obviously, enable notifications as well. That you guys get notifications. And if you guys are having any troubles with notifications, let us know. Oh, look at the doggy.
Yep.
Like, what's Dad doing again?
Yeah, he loves it. He loves just being part of it. He has to show up.
Oh, 100%. I don't blame him.
This is crazy. Everything was down. 9/11 services were down. Stock market was down
Everything.
for a moment.
Yeah, you're right. I think this is probably some DNS kind of like. There's no way CrowdStrike has this many customers.
No,
Yeah, it had to be some sort of like back end file or something that happened.
They basically, I think, fucked something at Microsoft's DNS or some very low level setting.
Yeah, I know Microsoft wasn't happy. That's all I know. I can only imagine like them with CrowdStrike.
Yeah, Italy's air, rail, and sea services were down. Europe was down. Eddie chose a great day to fly.
Yeah, it's the best day.
Middle East was down. New York bus and train services were not down.
So, Dr.
Yes,
Kelly.
Dr. Kelly.
Yes, go ahead, Jason. You can.
Yeah. So today, obviously, today's we're doing crypto just because one of the bigger reasons is there's no earnings coming obviously after market because it's Friday. So today we picked up Bitcoin and pretty much you got 9 minutes now to bid at what you think the Bitcoin price will be at 4:30 Eastern.
Yep. That's right.
That's where we're at.
That's right. It's free to enter. If you're just joining us, this is a fun little game show we started doing on Stonks while we're building out the rest of the platform that's coming soon. There's a daily price pool, goes anywhere from a few $100 to a few $1,000s a day. It's completely free to join and enter. All you have to do is make a prediction on the closing price of a stock or today crypto, Bitcoin, at a certain time. So typically with stocks we do after market, right, when earnings drops, and then about half an hour after markets close and earnings drop. And stocks, crypto is at in about 8 minutes. So 1 p.m. Pacific is going to be where 4 p.m. Eastern is when we're going to look at the price for Bitcoin. I think we're going to look at CoinMarketCap, or is there a particular exchange we're looking at, guys? Do you know?
I think the price is coming from TradingView, which gets it.
I think it's TradingView. Yep.
Which gets it from where? Sorry.
Coinbase.
Okay. Yeah. So just for clarity's sake, because people are always like, like it was $1 up or down.
It says it right there too. Coinbase. I just now noticed that. Well, is in the chat.
We don't set the price, guys.
Yeah. For Bitcoin, it's relevant because all the exchanges have slightly different spot prices at any 100%. Given minute, right? Yeah. So it's normal and okay to see like even a couple $100 difference between the exchanges. Time in hands with all the entries.
Yeah,
here's something funny. My dog, who is right there.
Yeah.
Hopefully you can see him.
Yep.
He's licking his paw, and he knows he shouldn't be licking his paw because it's inflamed. But he's going deaf now. So when I shout at him to like stop licking his paw, he genuinely can't hear me shout at him. There he is, licking his paw.
Leave me alone, Grandpa.
Yeah, he camouflages as part of the rug.
Well, he does really good. Yeah, for a second there, I was like, wait a minute, is that the dog? Oh, it's the dog.
Yeah, he's licking his paw right there. It's horse stop.
That's how he made the rug, actually. He shaves the dog down once a month and adds to the rug.
Yep.
That's great. All right. Let's see. We got 6 minutes. 6 minutes to get your bids in. Not long. So if you're obviously watching on Twitter or from YouTube, you can come on in to stonks.com, make an account really quick within a minute and start making predictions. And like I said earlier, make sure you guys get your extra from the daily logins as well.
Mm-hmm. If any of the devs are watching, Oliver, I know Eddie is out. Hey, Sava, welcome. Speedy McKeezy, welcome. Bears and Bulls. Dixie Breck, welcome. You guys can be watching anywhere, by the way. Some of you are joining on Twitter, some are on YouTube, some are on Stonks. But in order to put in your price prediction and win, you do have to put an entry on stonks.com. What was I going to say? I was going to say something about Oliver, if any of the devs are watching, I seem to have more entries than expected. So I had 5 entries today. I had 0 yesterday when I joined. When I played. Welcome, Nick Byrne. So if you want to look at that really quickly, I don't know where I got those 5 entries. I don't think I did any referrals.
Look at this, Ali spoiling it for everyone.
He's giving it to He's like, hey, I mean, don't mind if I do.
Yeah, I mean, we may get entries, but we can't really win any money.
Yeah.
So if you're a
Don't worry,
stocks
guys.
employee, you can't win money.
Unfortunately, we won't be millionaires like you.
Mhm.
Playing the game. We can't win nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta get those stonk bucks up.
Stonk bucks.
Yeah. We're gonna make our own cryptocurrency. Let's go, guys. Stomp bucks.
So, in other news, the rumor is, and it's a pretty strong rumor at this point, that this weekend Biden will announce that he's not running for president. And B, probably the most exciting thing I've heard come out of the Democratic Party is they're not going to nominate Kamala Harris, who's a shit show. And they're just going to have an open convention, and they're going to try and pick kind of the best person for the job.
Yeah.
And that might be the only way they can actually compete against Donald Trump at this point.
No, 100%. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that too.
So if that happens, and they actually pick like a competent, person, the Trump stocks could fall quite a bit.
That's what I was expecting.
All the gun stocks, all the stocks we talked about, the aerospace stocks. So I'm keeping a close eye on that. At least from my personal portfolio, is the probability of Trump winning has suddenly changed.
Exactly. Yeah, gotta go get some puts going. But we'll see. Like I said, I'm hopeful that obviously he does drop out again. Like I said, I mean, it's the same on both sides. I'd much rather both old men drop out.
Yeah.
Again, we need younger people.
Sure.
We don't need Sleepy Joe. We don't need what is it, Dozy Don or whatever. But either way, like they're both falling asleep all the time at this point. So even at the RNC had Trump like dozing off. I'm like, yeah, I mean, everybody's like, what do you, I mean, to me, at least, I'm like, what do you expect? They're like 80 years old. Like, I don't know. To me, like we talked about the other day, is like, there should be a 68-year old cutoff or something, right? Like whenever retirement is, like, it should be that. We don't need two 80-year-old men running for office. We just don't need it. Especially for president. But at least one hopefully is stepping down. Obviously, there's been a lot of credible sources. You see a lot of, I guess, like predominant in the upper ranks of the Democratic Party now calling on Biden to step down. This should have happened before, but hey, I mean, as long as it's before the Democratic convention, and then they obviously, I think the best thing they should do as well is have more of an open convention. They don't just give it to somebody. I think that's the worst thing they could do, is just hand it over. I think they should have some sort of process that, maybe they put like 6 or 7 people out and the best person wins. And it's not just, hey, here's the keys for you.
Because that's what people thought was going to happen with Kamala, right? And then she was going to lose, and then Trump was going to be president. So
yep, 100%.
Although, did you guys see his tax proposal? He wants to reduce the corporate income tax rate to like 10% or something.
Yeah.
And then the personal one to 15. Wow.
This is Trump, right? That's great. Yeah, I'm all for lower taxes.
I'm all for lower taxes too. I just wonder what's going to happen to, obviously, especially more older people's like benefits and those kind of things as well. Again, like I said, it always sounds great, but obviously at the end of the day, Trump does say a lot of things that he doesn't do. Unfortunately, because he does have some decent ideas. I'm like, okay, maybe that could work, but then they just never come to fruition. And sometimes I just feel like, just like the no tax on tips, I don't think that'll ever get done either. I think it's just like a thing he's saying for obviously while he's running, but we'll see. Like I said, I'm all for lower taxes too. I hate paying taxes. That's, obviously it's
30,
like living in Florida.
Yeah. 30 seconds, guys.
30 seconds.
Put in predictions. This is it, and there's no earnings dropping for Bitcoin.
What does your time say? I'm at like 20 seconds right now.
I'm at
20,
18,
19,
17,
18.
16.
Okay.
Yeah,
17.
pretty much the same.
There's gonna be some stream delay, so people
there's gonna be
hear
stream
this
delay. They won't be the same as us. So.
But yeah, it's a few seconds, guys. Get your entries in. Go. Go.
I got it
All
in.
right, here we go.
As
Boom,
it
boom,
closed.
And bidding is closed.
Bidding is closed from
Wait, somebody put 600.
Someone
No!
figured it.
Somebody fat fingers. RIP.
This
I
is
mean, if
probably
that
what
happens,
caused the
though,
global
guys,
meltdown.
yeah,
A
if that
fat finger
happens,
just
I'll
like
take everybody in chat out to lunch. So
Wait, is
we'll be
that
watching others. That'd be wild. Oh man.
Yeah, if you guys also notice, we've gotten the latency down quite a bit on this.
Yes, looks great.
We've
Yep.
been working on fixing it for iOS Safari users, but
Mhm.
for everyone else, it's down to like 3 to 4 seconds, and hoping to get Eddie's working hard on it to get latency on iOS users down for to about 6 seconds too. So making
Awesome.
progress on the video player as well.
That is good to know. Like I said, everything looks a lot better today, even it did yesterday. So hey, we're making good strides here at least.
Great strides.
Hey, Bitcoin is up 16% in the last 7 days.
Mm-hmm. It's been trending upward.
And it has, I mean, it dropped from 70 down to like 56, right? 58 or something. And so it's recovered most of that ground back up to 67. Does anyone have any fun Bitcoin stories?
That was one of my trades. If Trump gets elected, just buy a Bitcoin ETF. It's one of the simplest trades to make.
I agree with that.
Why? Can you unpack that?
So
He says he's now pro.
He's gone and said, "I'm going to be the most crypto.
Yeah.
It's the biggest crypto."
It's like he's not going to ban. Yeah, exactly. He's like, I'm not gonna ban TikTok anymore. it's like, oh, okay, come on. Like, I get what he's doing again. I just don't know. Again, to me, at least when it comes to politicians, it's so hard for me to believe them. Like, okay, we're going to be pro crypto, but is it really going to be pro crypto? Okay, you said you were going to ban TikTok last time, but now you're not banning TikTok. I don't know what to believe when it comes to politicians. They're such great liars.
They are such great liars.
They live it every day. But again, it's like, man. But again, like I said, at the end of the day, the market's going to react if he does win or whatever, because no matter if he is, a crypto president or whatever he wants to call it, like the market's going to react no matter what, and then they'll dump later if he doesn't do something. So
the VP he picked also holds a significant amount of crypto. I think the reporting was a few $100,000 of crypto, like his VP candidate holds, and so even if Trump doesn't quite understand how to hold crypto, at least the VP does. Yeah, and it's crypto. They're just looking for like a story and a hype.
Yeah, true that. They're like anything to make the price go up. Let's go. So, I mean, honestly, like I said, I do think crypto over time is going to continue going up anyway because we get less and less of it. So when it comes to at least Bitcoin and certain others, so I do think the price is going to continue going up. I don't know where that's going to go to though. Years ago, we would have never thought about Bitcoin being at $67,000. So there's people out there that said it was going to happen, but I mean, people say lots of crazy stuff. So I thought when Bitcoin was at like at like 8,000, 9,000, I thought that was crazy. So here we are. Hopefully it continues going up because I got Bitcoin, so just continue going up. I don't care.
Who had anyone have their Bitcoins hacked?
Shoot, I never had that happen. Thank goodness. I used to have a lot more Bitcoin. I used it before it became actually valuable, and I still am sad about that. I never got a hack though, thank goodness. But I had.
Did you buy pizza with it?
I bought a lot of stupid stuff. Yeah, like just much of random ass shit. And I also gave some away to people as like payment and stuff like that too. And I feel bad about that now. So hey, whatever. I should have kept it. But I'm sure I'm not the only one who's spent their Bitcoin. I know that for sure. I know a lot of people probably have. I'm sure people gave some of their Bitcoin away or like use it for transactions between like person to person on whether it be like Craigslist or Facebook stuff or whatever it may be. So I'm not the only one.
You guys want to hear another fun story? We talked about empires yesterday.
Oh Lord, here we go. Let's do it. I'm
Mhm.
down.
I was researching coffee, specifically caffeine, because of my stake in Celsius,
Yeah.
and so I just went down the rabbit hole of like coffee and sort of how coffee competed or came up against tea. And it's fascinating, the history of coffee. Ali, you will appreciate this. Um,
Hit me.
so the history of coffee is tied to Sufis.
Oh.
So
Mm.
Sufis were the first group in the Ottoman Empire that actually used coffee. And they were using it to stay up all night and do their thing.
Mhm.
Um, basically for religious purposes, so they could pray more and be more holy.
Wow.
And then it went to the Hajj, so the Muslim pilgrimage in Makkah and Medina. And it used to be mixed.
They wanted to stay up at night too.
Well, I mean, it's a hard, when you go to the Hajj, you need energy. I mean, right? Like,
Yeah.
get up,
Okay. Yeah, it's a stimulant even during the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
Okay. Great.
And so it got popular there. And then guess what? All these people came from somewhere to do the Hajj. So when they went back home, now they wanted coffee back home.
Oh.
They're
And,
addicted.
they got
Yeah,
addicted
they're
to
all
coffee.
addicted at that point.
Virus. It's
Trying to
viral.
pray to God. They
Why am I
went
getting
into
headaches
coffee.
now after I drink a lot of coffee? Why is my head hurting now since I haven't had it in a couple of days?
Interesting.
And then the addiction started.
So
Yeah.
I've heard that before. I didn't know if it was accurate, but if you're seeing that too, maybe it is. So that means it's a relatively recent phenomena.
Yeah, it was in the 1400s.
Yeah, it's
Mm.
pretty recent. So this didn't start off like 2,000 years ago in South America.
Well, so maybe they were drinking, but it never caught on globally, right? So 1400 is when it went from, I guess, some random people drinking it in some random city where it grows to actually being produced in Yemen. That was the first real production. And then the Dutch got on board, and then they took the beans and planted them in Java and other places.
Interesting,
so-
and that's why Yemeni coffee is still up there, right?
Yeah.
It's still a thing.
and Turkish coffee, and
Turkish coffee,
those
yeah.
were sort of
Java, yeah.
the origins of coffee. And then the Americans, after that Tea Party, said, it's unpatriotic to drink tea, because we Americans would drink tea. Actually, coffee was not a thing in the U.S.
Just F the British. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
F the
yeah.
British.
Ain't
We're going to
drinking
drink
your tea.
coffee instead.
Screw your tea. That's the way you stick it to the man right there. You're not drinking their tea? Hell no.
Totally.
The British with their tea parties, they get so elaborate. It's like
No,
it's actually such a thing, right? Like they'll have like the teapots and the sets and the elaborate silverware.
If they get crazy with it.
Yeah. The Chinese like their tea too, but it's a little more more earthen parts and just simple, like steep the thing.
Yep. No, exactly.
And then it also got popular because drinking was generally not allowed in Islam, right? And so coffee was your alternative. So coffee and smoking shisha became sort of the alternative to drinking.
Drugs
that
of
Muslims
choice. Yeah.
needed.
Yeah, people always need a drug.
Ain't that right?
That made me feel better, because I'm like, look, man, if this shit has been going on for like thousands of years, the modern form
Yeah, I
of
don't think
whatever.
it's going to go anywhere, honestly.
Caffeine.
Like caffeine in general.
Yeah, it's not going
I
anywhere.
do think some caffeine drinks have way too much caffeine in them, but
Sure.
overall, like people are addicted to caffeine. It's not going to go anywhere anyway.
No.
What is the caffeine content of like a Celsius can of Celsius compared to Red Bull, compared to like just like like a 8-ounce or 12-ounce drip?
Yeah, so that is about anywhere from 80 to 100 milligrams. The cup of coffee, maybe a little less if it's smaller, a little bigger if it's like Starbucks medium. And then Celsius is double. So Celsius is at 200. So it's 2 cups of coffee.
Yeah, pretty much drinking 2 cups.
Which isn't a lot, but I think they have other ingredients that like make you just feel better. Like there's something, it's not just the caffeine. There's like other stimulants in there. Because you feel great after Celsius.
Yeah, well, some people do. I mean, go to TikTok like you showed me the other day there. Some people end up in the hospital. But again, I'm sure those people are probably drinking 2 cans or 3 cans, and then they drink like 6 cups of coffee pretty much.
Yeah.
and they're just like, again, having heart palpitations, sweating like crazy.
Mhm.
Like, I can only imagine, but yeah, like that stuff you showed them in TikTok. I went on TikTok just like down a rabbit hole, like after we got off, and I was like, what is going on? That is wild. But it's not the only energy drink. You look up any energy drink on TikTok, they all have like a bunch of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Like Prime has so many videos. Obviously, Prime's massive in that area. So, but there's so many videos about people going to the hospital or having like heart palpitations or whatever it may be with Prime too. So,
sure. Yeah, Prime I've heard is like the worst of them all.
Yeah, they I think Prime has like 300 or something like that, or 300 or 400. It was ridiculously high though.
Yeah, it's too much.
Yeah, I tried Prime and it made me sick to my stomach. I was like, yep, never again. Nope. I think it was the caffeine because there's so much caffeine in it.
The way to drink these energy drinks, and I kind of do it with matcha. I have matcha every day.
Yeah.
I just dilute them with water. So like 3-4 units or times whatever the drink is, I just like put triple the amount of water in it and then put it in like a big cup, something like this. And then just slowly sip on it over 4 hours. Yeah. And you do that and like you're just not going to see a big jump and like crash because it's just a very slow intake of caffeine. So
it is more mellow, right? It's more even.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, I think honestly over the last like few years, I probably drink like 80% water, like and like 20% like other stuff. But I drink way more water now than I used to.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
What we got? 18 minutes.
Bitcoin. So we have 18 minutes to go before the winner's picked. A question for the devs if they're watching. I noticed the stonks emails, reminder emails to put in your bids did not get sent out today. Assuming that's by design. Or at least I didn't get them. I got something yesterday.
I think Crypto said he didn't get any yesterday or today. I think he said he got one like the other day, but he didn't get one today. I know he didn't get one today. He might have said yesterday too.
Yeah. Just check.
Yeah, we're redoing our email sending infrastructure.
Nice.
So Oliver's on it. He's probably going to push it out today. Speaking of, we're also just waiting for our PayPal account to get approved and funded, and then we can start doing payouts. So hopefully today, latest by Monday, I think we'll get that.
Nice. Going. Let's go.
So
it'll be big for sure.
Thank you for hanging out with us and staying in there. It's been when you're dealing with PayPal, it's like pulling teeth.
Yep. PayPal's God.
Yep. So it's probably one of the worst run companies out there.
Yeah, it's so bad. It's so bad. And then people are like, the stock's super low. I'm like, I don't know if I want to touch it no matter what. I feel like I have like bad blood with them, even though I don't, but I'm just like, yeah, PayPal is just so so horribly run. They literally lock you out of your account for no reason at all. Like it's just so bad.
Sure. Yeah, that's why I struggle with with value investing. Because by definition, things that are cheap are kind of generally shit. And unless there's like a real catalyst, like a new CEO or like, unless Elon's going to come and run the company, like it's hard to like get excited about like corporate culture that has just gotten rotten over years and years of just shitty management.
That's what boils down to the management.
That's the thing. Like you look at Intel, right? And I remember when this like hype cycle for semi started, Intel started to get some hype as well because they had this new CEO from ServiceNow, and he used to be at Intel. He used to be a chip designer himself, and so there was this whole hype about finally we have a competent like real new CEO, and he's gonna fix Intel, turn things around, and it's gonna like rally like NVIDIA. And like part of me really wanted to believe that story, but like the other part of me was like, listen, people don't change. So if like someone's been working at Intel and they've kind of been lazy and unproductive and have just learned really bad habits over like decades, like the only thing you can do is fire that person. Like you cannot change that person. Maybe 1 out of 10 will change.
Yeah, that's what I say. Maybe like 10%. max is what you're going to change. But yeah, if they've been working that way for years, like their mind is already in that mode. Like it's not changing.
Yeah.
Their hustle and flow is gone at that point.
Yeah.
So them going above and beyond or even hitting the mark it's going to be almost impossible for that to happen. I look at it the same way. It's like, okay, they got a new CEO, but what about all the workers who worked under that old management for so long that even if they do turn around, it's going to take a long time to turn around. It's not going to be something that's like next month, here we are, everybody's great again.
Yeah.
It's just going to be rough. So I've always like looked at that as like it's a cool catalyst and all, but like, does it really change the concept of the workers? No.
That's why I think what Elon did at Twitter was so inspirational. Like he basically realized I cannot change people, so I can just fire them. And so I'm just going to fire 80%, and the remainder 20% will either change or like they're great people like to because they still want to work hard. And
no, for sure.
That's what they should have done at Intel. I think they should have fired half the company.
Do you remember that story back when we were Streamlabs? The Intel story? We had like the streaming box computer we did with Collab. You want to tell that story?
Yeah, so at Streamlabs, this was maybe 5 years ago or something.
Yeah.
We had a collab with Intel because Intel wanted to like get into live streaming, and so they gave us a business unit that worked with us to develop like a box, like a physical box that was going to be like an Intel certified streaming box that was Intel was selling directly, and then they had 4 or 5 OEMs that were branding it and selling it as well. And so we spent maybe a year working with their team, and we would have these weekly calls where 20 people from Intel would show up, and we would get nothing done to a point where like I would just join these calls and like just do my work on the side, and just they would just chat away with each other on how the weather was, how their trips were. They did everything but work. And these were 20 people once a week for a year. And then they actually managed to release a box, which was a piece of shit. Like just underpowered, no real streamer would buy it, and it completely flopped. I think they sold 21 boxes. Shit, 21 boxes. And like throughout that whole experience, I was like, this company is dead. And so I went and bought NVIDIA and AMD. This is like 2018. Because I was like, fuck Intel, like this is
just
over.
Based on that experience.
Yeah, just based on that
honestly, I don't blame you there.
Did you keep AMD and Intel?
No, I sold it.
When it doubled or something, you sold it.
Yeah, I think I made good money on it, but should have kept it.
Should have kept it.
And
yeah.
that has point is, sure, NVIDIA is up a lot now because of AI, and there's really no way to predict it. But even if AI hadn't happened, that was a good long-term trade.
Oh yeah.
The whole like corporate culture of Intel is rotten, and the corporate cultures at AMD and NVIDIA are not
way better.
They're way better. They're
way better. Yep. No, they're way more competent in general, and obviously, they both make good products too. That a lot of people. I literally just bought a new Ryzen 7900X on Prime Day. That way, I could upgrade my my CPU, which I've had forever, which is still what is it? It's a 9 something, but it's older. It's a couple years older, but I finally upgraded and I finally bought one. I got this thing right here like for $280. So on Prime Day, it's regular like 400.
Yeah, amazing. That's one of my original like inspirations for stonks is to have people join the live stream who work at these companies, right?
That'd be
tell us like what's your first-hand experience? Do you think like this is a well-run company? Do you think you would put your own money into it? Because when you work in
could do, I bet you, if we wanted to. Even on here, we could do that.
Totally. Like, because when you work in an industry, you kind of know not only your company, but your competitors, right? And you get a really good sense just competing against them on a day-to-day basis on whether, like, are they competent? Are they not? Are they a bunch of idiots? Is your company a bunch of idiots? And like that is information that no analyst is ever going to have because you only learn it by experiencing, by working in that field for years and years. Like I would love to get some engineers from Boeing on and
Yeah,
talk to them about,
that'd be
hey
so
man,
nice.
like what's
What
going
happens
on
when
in
we all
Bowen?
die though afterwards though? Like, come on, I don't want to die talking about Boeing. I don't want Boeing to sneak me after us. They're like, yeah, that alley guy, and then here's Murdy and then Jason. Yeah, we're gonna get him now. I'm like, no, please.
They totally have a hit squad. They
Yeah,
definitely
literally,
have.
they
A hit
have to at this point. That's what I'm thinking. Like, I don't know if I want to talk too much bad about them.
They've killed 5 whistleblowers this year so far.
Yeah, that is so
Jeez.
wild to think
Wait.
about, and they're all like
wild.
accidents,
Accidents.
or natural causes
Yeah.
or suicides. Like, okay, I bet.
It's the Epstein
Yeah.
suicide story, right?
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, he died in jail. I mean, like under custody. Like,
Yeah.
that's wild.
It is wild to think about
We're
that
still
too.
waiting for that list. We're still waiting for his client list.
That list ain't ever coming out. Let's be honest. Like, it's, like it obviously Biden didn't release it. We had like some stuff get released, and then like Trump says he's technically not going to release it either.
Yeah.
So like, I don't
Well,
think
he's
they'll
on
ever-
it. So
Well, yeah, obviously he's on it.
He's
He's
on
not
it.
releasing that thing.
yeah, Trump is
That's
100% on it. Biden
Oh,
is not
no.
on it. Biden,
No, Biden's too old.
Bill Clinton's on it. Bill Gates is on it.
He's definitely not
The
on
Clintons
it.
are
Bill
on it,
Clinton,
probably.
The Clintons, stuff like that's
Yeah.
on it 100%. Like, obviously, those type of people are never going to release it. Donald's never going to let it come out. So we're kind of like, we're just like in a holding pattern. We'll all be dead by the time I think ever gets leaked.
Do you know the most crazy story with Epstein and Trump was one of the victims came out during the last election, and they shushed her up, but she was 13 at the time. She was at an Epstein party. She had sex with Trump / Trump raped her. And she was suing him in New York. And they paid her off, shut her up, made the case go away. But it was literally a 13-year-old at an Epstein party coming out and saying Trump raped me at this party.
I mean, hey, the elites, like, I don't know, man. It's wild to think about too. It's like, these are the people we vote for.
Yeah. These are people
we're so halfway backwards and that's the reason why I said we just need younger people that wasn't even around for Epstein. At least that would be gone. Maybe they'll release it. We don't need all these old people running the show that could have been on the plane.
Yeah, with Trump, like sleeping with a porn star, fine. Sleeping with a 13-year-old,
that's way off on the
that's
the
way
fringe. Oh, for 100%. Like I said, I mean, there's I can only imagine how many people are on that list, right? Like,
I think one of the JP Morgan CEO, was it like chairman or something?
It was somebody.
I don't know if it was Jamie Dimon, but I think someone very senior at JP Morgan was also on that list. That actually resigned because they did release partially that list.
They released some of it, 100%. Obviously, I think on one of the released ones, it had Donald Trump's name on it too.
Yeah.
He's
definitely there. He's like,
he's 100%. I mean, he did say he was a party animal, so back in his day, wink, wink. Man, that's just, like I said, it is wild to think about, like in terms of politics or in terms of like the elite status, actors or whatever it may be. That there's like an island, and I'm sure it's not the only island in the world either. Obviously, right? There's a lot more of those where they came from. So it's not like Epstein's Island's the only island that this happened on or is happening. I'm sure some island out there right now where it's happening, right this second. I'm sure, but who knows? I mean, it is crazy.
On to happier thoughts.
I like
Bitcoin.
I
mean, should we talk about Bitcoin at all? It's winners are coming in 6 minutes.
Yeah. We can Bitcoin
so I'll throw out my 2-minute spiel on this and have you guys react. So in the history of money, and obviously this is sort of the Bitcoin bull case, right? No fiat currency has ever worked. They've lost it for, give or take, I think the longest is maybe 100, 150 years. But all fiat currencies have ended up with too much debt and destroying themselves, right? Happened to the Romans back in the day before they had paper money. all of the empires would start off with gold coins, and then they'd start to run out of gold, and they'd start to mix it with copper and tin and other things, and then be like, hey, look, it's still a gold coin.
Yeah.
You know, it it happened all the way from sort of the Romans all the way through to the British, right?
Mhm.
And there've been studies around people have done around debt load, right?
Hmm.
So debt as a percentage of GDP. Um, and the story is always the same. When you have a fiat currency that is not backed by something scarce, right? And the only use for gold or Bitcoin is that it's scarce. It's in the case of gold, you can only add about 2% to the supply every year. Like that's the limit on how much is mined from the
Hmm.
earth every year. Um, and Bitcoin is just it's an algo, it's math, and it has a hard limit, and it's declining in the number of coins being produced. Um, so when it's any fiat is not backed, it eventually people just overspend, right?
Hmm.
Politicians, kings, governors, presidents, whoever it is, they all are catering to some lobby, some special group, right? And that they're promising freebies to in order to get elected and stay in power.
Mhm.
And they keep doing that, and they keep overspending. It's sort of a tragedy of the commons, right? Where nobody cares about the debt until it's too late and the whole
Mhm.
currency collapses. Because they're not incentivized to care. They're only incentivized to kick the can down the road, last another 4 years or 8 years. And so, Trump is going to come in and promise tax cuts to get elected, for example, right?
Mhm.
Um, and Biden's going to come in and promise social welfare and like spending and whatever to get elected. And they're catering to their own bases and getting elected, and nobody gives a shit about the debt, right? And so the
Nope.
U.S. debt to GDP ratio is already past what all of the greatest empires in history have collapsed at, right? Over like 1,000 years.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So that's the bull case for Bitcoin. When does it happen? Who knows? Is it going to be a few years, 50 years, 100 years in our lifetime, in our kids' lifetimes? I don't know.
Mhm.
Um, so the timing is all up in the air, which is kind of like the biggest critique. But fundamentally, that's where we're at. Um, and assume a world where, yeah, like the US debt becomes an issue, other countries stop buying treasuries, there's mass inflation that starts to happen, or hyperinflation, the dollar starts sinking. um, Bitcoin is just gold, right? They call it digital gold. That's basically what it is. It's portable. You don't have to manage it,
Hmm.
pay for its maintenance. You don't have to carry it. You can take a Bitcoin, 6 or 7 figures in Bitcoin pretty easily and transport it without anyone even knowing. You can't do that with gold. You'd have to have a wagon to carry that much gold, right? And you would be a target. And um, so that's the bull case. And I do think we are like super long term. That's where we're headed. I don't think anyone cares about fixing the debt, and I think they're going to keep kicking the can down the road. That's just a realistic view. Um, we could get out of this if the economy starts growing much faster than the debt, right? That's one way.
Hmm.
They deflate part of it, and then the economy grows super fast. So if a president or a regime comes in that deregulates, makes it really easy for businesses to operate, creates jobs, makes America like 10x more productive per person, then they could get rid of the debt problem. Um, but other than that, I don't see them cutting spending or paying down this debt ever.
No, no. And I will agree with that. But the only thing is, like, so we have somebody come in and cut regulations to create more jobs. All they're going to do is say, "Hey, look, we're making this money," so they're going to up their spending again. That's the issue I have with it. It's like, okay, like let's just go with like the last Republican president. Obviously, Donald Trump spent like $9 trillion pretty much. That's ridiculous in its own right. So if he comes in and say they come in, and it could be anybody, right? Like whoever, it doesn't even matter. They come in and cut regulations, get rid of the EPA, or waters look like, cesspools at that point. Whatever happens.
Mhm.
But I just feel like the more money they bring in, the more money they're going to spend, though. That's the issue. Is
Mm,
like they continue spending on how much money they bring in, and they just like double how much money they bring in. That's how much they spend. So that's my issue with it. It's like, okay, we could do it that way, but is the guy who brings in that money smart enough not to just continue upping their spend too? That's where I have a problem with it.
Mhm.
It's like, it sounds great on paper. It's like, yeah, we can, get rid of this, get rid of that, and then we'll make way more money and our GP will grow, and that'll help us pay down the debt easier. I shouldn't say easy, but easier. But my issue with that is when that happens, I just feel like they're gonna up their budgets in terms of spending.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the cycle continues.
Winners are about to drop.
Oh, are they?
Oh, here we
Winners
go.
are coming.
Here we go.
The winners.
Oh,
Who has wonneth today?
yeah, stop thinking about the debt. That's depressing. Win some money.
Yeah. Stop it.
All right, come on.
Bet I lost crypto. You'll probably come one spot from winning.
So while
Let's
this
see
is
that.
thinking about, while we're just figuring out who won, next week is going to be a banger of a week. We have a
It's
whole
so
bunch
great.
of companies reporting, and so we're going to do quite a bit of prize money. So here's what I suggest you do if you're watching. Go share your link and rack up those entries. Get like hundreds of entries ready, because next week you could make enough money to go on a big fat vacation. And this window is not going to last. Like every day we have more and more people playing, and so you
Yep.
basically have about, I think, a week or two left of farming. And so I would do it ASAP. Go get your entries. Go get, share your link. You get 5 entries every time someone signs up. And Tesla's on Tuesday. Logitech is on Monday. That's like, it's a banger of a week.
So much. Next week's gonna be so great.
And we'll do something special for Tesla. So
Yep.
Yeah, I think with Tesla, Jason, let's see if any of our content creators
Yeah,
want
that's what I'm
to
gonna
join
do.
us. Let's get
Yep.
like 3, 4, 5, as many we can fit up to 10 people in here.
Yep.
I agree Tesla
with
is
that.
always amazing. It's emotional. It's charged. There's so much happening every day that they keep changing the prices on the cars, new models, new incentives, new
Literally.
news. You hate it or you love it, but it is top of
It's a
mind.
wild one.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the stock, that's for sure, and I definitely love the cars. So, they're here,
Okay.
the winners.
Here we go. Let me share my screen.
Oliver won. Wow.
Oliver for the win.
Okay, Watches and Wonders is 7th. I think they had a bunch of winning entries yesterday.
Yeah.
Latrice,
This is great.
Latrice.
Patrice is the new one, right?
Yeah, and Kiran, that's new too.
Dr. Kelly is in the money in a big
Yes.
way today.
Nice.
So
Let's
is
go.
Diamond Hands.
These look good right here. I like
Jason,
this.
me and you are next to each other.
Yeah, I know. Were you looking at my screen? No, we did good. Yeah,
Shout
Dr.
out
Kelly
to-
is in there. Jeez, she got in there a lot.
Shout out to the guy who put in
Diamond Hands.
671,000.
Yeah. Shout out to.
They're
Oh,
taking
man.
last place, so you don't have to.
Yes. Honestly, like, jeez.
Wow. Yeah,
That's
right here,
great.
last place.
Yeah. Way down there. Let's go. 607. I wish it was 671,000. We would celebrate doing lots of stuff.
Yeah, congrats to Oliver, Latrice, and Kiran. 1, 2,
Yeah.
3.
Awesome.
Okay,
Well-
Murthy, do you wanna you or Jason wanna touch on some of the changes we're making to price pools? They're
Yeah, so
becoming
price
more
pools
top-heavy.
are changing. So we're gonna 1, 2, 3 are gonna be pretty heavy starting next week. So Oliver actually in chat can maybe tell us what the changes are because he's doing them. But there's some pretty significant changes to price pools coming where 1, 2, and 3 are going to get a much larger portion of the price pool.
I'm going to talk to Oliver too. I need to get with him as well. I have some ideas on the prize pools as well that would at least let, down range people get a little bit more while the top people still get a lot. And then also just create more, longevity for everybody wanting to come and play. So
cool. Thank you everyone for joining. Get Yeah, the first 3 will get half.
Yeah,
the
get that
pot.
half the pot. Yep.
Got it. So it's going to be a pretty significant boost to the price pools if you're in the top 3, which makes sense. You want it to
Yeah.
be exciting. You want it to
Yeah,
feel
yeah,
like,
exactly. I agree with that. And then the other people that are like say in the top, what is it, whatever it is, like 50 or 100, they still get a payout, especially if you're like say 25, you probably still get a few little extra dollars there. It's not just like $1 or $2. You might get $12 or whatever it may be.
Mhm.
But I think this will be fun. It'll get a lot of people excited about playing as we grow. But Monday is going to be really, really great. I can't wait for Monday. Tuesday's gonna be great. I think all next week, honestly, is really be awesome.
yeah, it's going to be. I mean, I can't here. Let me show you guys what next week is looking like. It is.
Oh yeah, pull it up. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it is crazy. This is the shit we live for. It's the action we live for.
Exactly.
All right, so here's next week, guys. Look at Monday. Verizon, Ryanair, SAP, Nucor. I think they're a housing developer. Logitech.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just going to talk about Logitech because Ali and I sold our last company,
Mhm.
Streamlabs, to Logitech, and
I'm
we
down
may
with
or
talking
may not
Logitech,
have some
honestly.
hot gossip there.
Mhm.
I'm
Actually, we
down with
don't. It's
talking about
been
Logi.
4 years, but
It's been a little while since you guys sold.
yeah, yeah, but that would be a fun company to cover.
That would be a
And
fun company to cover, honestly. 'Cause I am
And then look
wondering.
at Tuesday. We've got, oh my God,
We got Enphase,
GM.
man.
Tesla.
I love Enphase, by the way, just so you guys know.
Murti is
I have Enphase on my roof.
oh wow, you have it installed?
Yeah, I
That's
have it
cool,
installed
man.
around my roof. Yeah, I love
That's cool.
Enphase.
I
I
have
like
a
Tesla too,
different
but
solar company. We could actually compare perspectives and talk about.
we
talk
should.
about
Yeah,
this.
we should do that then. I love
Um,
solar. So
Yeah, me too. Murti, if Tesla's on Tuesday, shouldn't we do Tesla on Tuesday?
100% do Tesla.
Yeah, we're doing Tesla on Tuesday. Some people thought it was on Monday, but it's on Tuesday.
I keep saying Monday, but it was Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay. So we pick one of these for Monday.
What is Wednesday? Chipotle? Oh, Chipotle's on Wednesday.
If
Who else is on Wednesday?
If you want, we could do Tesla for Monday as well, and Monday and Tuesday just to build hype. It's Tesla.
I mean, we could do that too.
It is the most entertaining company.
It is for sure. We could talk Tesla and Logitech honestly that day. Is there any other ones on Monday that close after hours?
You guys, yeah, Oliver's like, we're gonna need a lawyer in the room to mute us. Like, none of this is financial advice, of course.
Yeah,
it's
literally.
just
Don't take my advice, guys. You guys lose all your monies.
Yeah. I will say a question. I guess for the audience, people watching, is what do you prefer? Do you prefer to take a company like Tesla, do it twice, or do you prefer to do stocks that are dropping earnings that day, where you can have a little bit more of a point of view and an opinion on the company? It'll still be a major name, like a household name. Any preference? What should we do on Monday and Wednesday?
Who else closes Monday at close? Obviously, you see some of it. Can you scroll down a little bit?
Sure.
I think we had
here.
Noise.
So Monday we could do Verizon or Logitech or the one at the top. What was it?
I think we should do Logitech on
I
Monday.
usually Logitech because it's like a household name. Everybody knows Logitech at this point.
Yeah.
I feel like it at least.
Okay.
Logitech's great, and then Tesla on Tuesday. What is us on Wednesday? Obviously, Chipotle's there. I am wondering what Chipotle's going to do, but there's a couple.
Yeah, you got Ford, you got QuantumScape, which is like the vaporware solid state electric battery startup. You've got IBM, ServiceNow, you've got Waste Management. Wow, I mean, look at this.
So many.
And some of these, like United Rentals, is a really good like proxy for how the economy is doing, because when people are building things, they're renting things to build them with, and so yeah. Fuck, I mean, look at this, guys. This is incredible.
There's just so many to go with.
Yeah.
Where do we see all of our referrals to folks who clicked in the links? Do we have that up where people can actually see their referrals in general?
We do not have that, but that's a good idea. We
Yeah,
need
Dr. Kelly, we're going to be working on that. Yeah, that's a great idea too. Because like obviously you want to see who actually signed up or didn't.
Yeah, that is a good feature. That is a good feature. You kind of want to know who signed up from your link, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's why I wanted to do too. Some companies do it, and some companies don't. I'm always like, why don't you just show? Let me see it. You're welcome. You're welcome, Kelly. I know you've been recruiting hard. Don't worry. So, we appreciate you for sure.
Yeah, Dr. Kelly, why don't you join us on Tuesday for the Tesla call?
Oh yeah. She's one of the. We can again. Yeah, it's a good idea. I know a couple others that will probably want to join as well. But Dr. Kelly, yeah, if you want to join, definitely join us.
Yeah.
If you don't want to, it sounds like fun. All right, awesome. Yeah, there we go. We got one creator, so we get some more.
Yeah, that's gonna be an epic stream, I think.
Yeah, it should be fun. Yeah, if we can get like 6 of us at least, like all together, that'd be awesome. So
Totally. Yeah, and we can just live stream it across multiple channels because StreamYard allows us to like basically send the stream to any
and we should
number of
honestly
channels.
like do something with like Tesla Watch Party or whatever it may be, because they could get us some good views from YouTube, and we can get them to flow over here to enter to win free money too that day.
Yeah, can you ping them, Jason?
Yeah, I can start pinging people. Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, let's get hyped
Awesome.
for Tesla.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. So we got Logitech on Monday. It's definitely, since that's a household name, everybody knows it. And then we got the big day with Tesla, and then Wednesday we got tons of companies as well. We do QuantumScape or even Chipotle,
man.
Chipotle is crazy big still. So
We can we can all have some burritos we're eating while
yeah, it's like
we
one
like to eat
right
during the stream. Ali and I are both like perpetually eating during
yeah,
the stream.
literally. I'm like the only one never eating on stream. Like I'd hop on there for a while. Like we were first on calls. I swear, like Murdy was eating every time we got on camera.
Yeah. Yeah, Oliver, I think for Monday, let's set up for Logitech. LOG.
Yeah, Logi.
Symbol.
Yeah. And then as soon as the stream's over, I think let's set up for Tesla. So give Tesla 24 hours for predictions to come in.
Yep, agreed. All right.
Cool.
Well,
awesome
stream today, everybody. Hope everybody that won, congrats. Again, Oliver coming in first place. Holding it down. The 99 Delta.
Sweet. All right, guys. See you tomorrow. Actually, no, we're not going to do one tomorrow because it's the weekend.
Yep.
So next stream will be on Monday at 12 or 12:30 Pacific, 3 or 3:30 Eastern.
Yep. We will see everybody then.
All right. Ciao. Have a good weekend, folks.
Bye.